good day to you out there, and you are on to your interesting episode. Another interesting episode of your enlightenment program, the Economy and Insight, where we focus on transforming waste into wealth, popularly known as recycling initiative. I am Ile Emeche. The global business environment indicates that turning plastic into wealth is a rapidly evolving landscape characterized by significant regulatory pressure, technological innovation, and a substantial market demand-supply gap for high-quality recycled material. It noted that while challenges exist in infrastructure and cost competitiveness, the long-term outlook for the plastic recycling and waste management market is positive, projecting to reach over $45 billion in year 2025, that's just the immediate past year, and grow significantly in the following years, including year 2026. In Nigeria, across 2025 fiscal year, the initiative is said to be making significant strides in transforming its plastic waste challenge into lucrative economic opportunity, driven primarily by private sector collaboration, government policies like the Extended Producer Responsibility (EPR) program, and growing investor interest. The plastic recycling market in Nigeria is projected to grow, with businesses achieving profit margins of 20 to 30% and an annual return on investment (ROI) of 15 to 25%. Analysts say a typical recycling plant can become profitable within 2 years, with revenues projected to reach over 600 million naira by the 5th year of operation. According to these experts, the recycling subsector is assured of a well-managed waste system with plastic recycling at its center, and it could also create over 250,000 jobs by the end of year 2025. While lamenting a surge in local innovation, including technology that converts plastic waste into ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel, and the development of local fab lab models for processing plastic into high-value products like furniture and building materials, these analysts anticipate that investing heavily in connection of networks, recycling infrastructure, and creating demand for recycled materials to meeting their own sustainability targets is in view. And so, in this episode of Your Enlightenment program, the Chief Executive Officer of Digital Press International, Dr. Mrs. Ibukun Odusote, is joining me immediately after the promo for the discussion and bring us to the understanding on how you and I can take advantage of the recycling initiatives to creating more streams of income and thereby contribute to the country's gross domestic products, the GDP. Please stay with us.
We are a nation blessed with people of diverse cultures, religions, languages, and opinions. It is ironic that we are now being ripped apart by our greatest strength, our diversity. We have allowed intolerance, insensitivity, bigotry, and nepotism to blind our vision of the greatness we can achieve working together as one. We may not have the same culture, nor religion, nor language, but we all belong to the same nation by the divine will of God. We did not choose to be Nigerians. Nigeria chose us. This nation is our divine heritage, and if we open our eyes, we would realize that what divides us pales in comparison to what unites us. And by the comparison and conciliation of our differences, we will grow until our differences disappear. Our unity cannot be wielded by mere declarations, nor do we get unity by ignoring the questions that beg for answers. We must celebrate our diversity and debate our differences without fracturing our unity. Our strength is not in our numbers, but in our unity, because even the weak become strong when united. Nigeria unite.
This message is brought to you by Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, owners and operators of ASO Radio 93.5 FM Abuja, ASO Television DSTV Channel 392, Star Times Terrestrial Channel 127, Free TV Channel 507, People's TV Channel 285, and UHF Channel 38.
So glad to have you join us in this interesting episode of your program. And our guest, the Chief Executive Officer of Digital Press International, Dr. Mrs. Ibukun Odusote, who is also an environmentalist, having retired from the Federal Permanent Secretary at the Federal Ministry of Environment, among others. Dr. Mrs. Ibukun Odusote, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
And can I say Happy New Year, because we are seeing for the first time in the year 2026.
Happy New Year.
All right, so happy to have you here. Year 2025 is characterized with a lot of ups and downs, and one of the initiative or the growth process that was so remarkable is the growth of the business community across the global space. For you, as a stakeholder in this subsector, how do you view the performance of the global economy, particularly as it has to do with recycling subsector?
Yes, I want to thank you again that I can be here to have a chat regarding, particularly, my focus is on plastics waste management, use of plastics, recycling, and many other things that are related to that. Because if you are to look at the global scene, there are many components that we will talk about in terms of growth in the past year. You would look at the agricultural sector, you look at different areas. But I can tell you that our measurement of plastic waste is that there's an increase in the use of plastics rather than having a decrease in the use of plastics. Many more things are coming in plastics. It also means that we cannot do away with plastics altogether. But in the past year, quite a lot of creativity has come into the industry, and because of that, many more people have had access to resources because they had been able to convert waste to wealth. New innovations have come, and so people have expanded their business area in terms of the management of plastics. Last year, in terms of resources, much more resources has come into the hands of people. There has been a growth in I would say, even the gross domestic product of the nation by reason of the accessibility that they have to utilizing plastics and being able to recycle plastics. On the other side, talking about agriculture, generally we know that particularly in Nigeria, the agricultural sector has faced a very serious downward turn. And downward turn because of the challenges of security, challenges of availability of resources and management of resources at various levels. And also, I would say one thing that is quite pertinent, the fact that a lot of good initiatives of government has not been able to reach the common man.
Okay.
So the real people, the men on the streets, the masses, don't actually have access to the enormous opportunities that are there provided by government. Government is coming with different kinds of initiatives, for example, that will help young people, talking about in technology, in fintech, startups, ensuring that support is given to people. But our observation and our research has proved that the young people that we are targeting are not actually getting the resources that you are talking about. I was talking about agriculture a number of times, and I had the privilege of being Permanent Secretary, Minister of Agriculture, when agriculture was the front burner of this nation, where quite a lot of things were done, policies were put in place to ensure that the local farmers are not treated as peasant farmers, but they are treated as business people. That agriculture is not a development program. I give that to the then Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development at that time. He kept saying that agriculture is not a development program. Agriculture is business. Business. And the moment you see it as business, then you'll be able to provide for the nation. Food security will be enhanced. But I think we let down our guards, and then with the insecurity that we had, particularly in the food basket states of the nation, the result of it is what we are harvesting now, that grains values have gone up so badly that they had to be importing rice again, importing corn, importing the things that we felt we had gone far beyond, that we were beginning to think we should start exporting rice from Nigeria, exporting corn, exporting beans and stuff like that. But now we are importing all those things. I don't know the statistics concerning our cassava. There was a time that we were pushing for cassava in every area of food production. We were having cassava bread, if you remember. We were having cassava swallow, different kinds of things that we were doing with cassava, even baking cakes from cassava, because we had cassava flour. But we've lost all that. We seem to have lost all that, because I don't even hear of cassava bread anymore at all, and it doesn't seem it's functional. I actually went so much into it that we tried to bring up a bakery, and the bakery was concentrating on cassava bread. You have a combination of wheat and cassava, and it was coming on strong, but right now it's not. And bread is at its peak in terms of cost now. You can't have local people, laborers, people that usually will just buy bread and put some things inside of it, and they eat it and they go. No, it has become unaffordable unless it's not proper mix. But coming back to my real passion now, which is waste management.
Waste management.
Certain things have started to come. The World Economic Forum came up with an initiative. I think they call it the Nigeria National Plastic Action Partnership, and that organization is in place. conversations are on. You have the private sector in there. You have the Federal Minister of Environment spearheading this. But we still cannot feel it out there because we are out there. Civil society organization. Digital Affairs is an NGO. And we are focusing on young people. We are focusing on youth. So we are working with on a small grants program. We have a small grant to look at the initiatives, various ways by which young people can contribute to plastic waste management. And maybe I will talk a bit more about that.
And during the course of the discussion.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is very welcome development. Yeah. Like you reiterated, I remember then, just some few years ago, when the agricultural sector was managing its value chain. We mentioned the production of bread and other things, and at the time, I think the problem within the sector was how to even manage the waste, the waste from the agricultural produce or harvest, as the case may be. But it's we are improving by the day in Nigeria, and I pray that the recent policies on agriculture and all economic policies will also work to achieving its implementation to the latter, such that it will fully impact the nation's economy. Now to your passion. How do you think that waste management in Nigeria can be fully achieved going by your own objectives? Where do you start from? What have you done? Let's take year 2025 as the base. What have you done in year 2025? Are the people aware? Your target audience, which is the youth, as you mentioned, how have you been able to communicate and get them involved in this initiative so far?
Well, in 2025, we started a kind of a challenge. Our observation is that quite a lot of information now is pushed through the social media. Our young people are either on TikTok, WhatsApp, all kinds, Instagram, and all others. So we said, give us ideas of how you, as an individual, in 1 minute, can propose a solution to waste management. And we said, for a fee. It wasn't going to be free. It was a competition, a challenge. So put in your application, put it online. You are not talking to anybody. We didn't know them from anywhere. You would expect that 5,000 Nigerians would apply. You would expect that young people from all over, because it didn't have any geographical location attached to it, is anywhere, wherever you are.
Across the world? Or in Africa?
We just said Nigeria.
Okay.
So just 1 minute, just tell us in 1 minute what solution that you have. I will shock you by telling you that despite so much publicity that was given to that, maybe because we did not come to us with television.
Now I believe, now that you are here,
all that we got would be like 30.
Oh wow.
30 young people.
No.
And yet you would see so many clicks on a page that shows that people went there, but they just didn't come up to it.
It's a lack of understanding.
Something comes up. Another thing is that people are scared. People cannot make presentations. People cannot, they are not bold enough. I know that majority of Nigerians now, young people, except for the very high flyers and people that are endowed, most of them are not out of the university until they are 21, 22, 23, 25, 30.
Even some 30.
Before they are leaving school. So because of that, they've been battered. So they're just looking for what can they do right now that can bring immediate money. And they don't have understanding.
I think it's lack of understanding.
What we are saying is that they don't have understanding. So last year, we saw that there was a movement, one in plastic waste management in the FCT. We could see that. We saw that people paid a bit more attention to plastics. We sent out some people to do some data gathering, and we could see that in environments where we could almost be talking about like a ton of plastics, you don't have as much as that hanging around. If you also observe, if you are driving on the express, you see big bags of plastics in trucks.
In trucks, I've seen them, yeah.
Because they are moving them to where either they are compacting them or they are recycling them, processing them, all kinds of things, melting them, and then reusing them. So a bit of awareness is there, but it's still not perfect. So last year we felt that we moved a little bit, but we feel that we should do a bit more than that. And we are grateful to SGP, that's the Small Grants Programs of the GEF, of the United Nations Development Program, that enabled us again to now raise up massive awareness campaign. And that's what we're doing right now. That between FCT and Nasarawa, we move from FCT and just go into Nasarawa. And you know, as well as I do, that the most serious part of FCT, when you're talking about areas where you will need to do a lot of plastic waste management, is actually Nasarawa, Maraba,
concentration
all those places. They're actually Nasarawa. They are not FCT. But initially, we just treat all those places as part of FCT. So we are moving now into FCT and Nasarawa, combining all those and then trying to come up with a better idea, reaching out to many more people. So what are we trying to do? What's our goal? Our goal, one, is to create massive awareness, to get many people to understand what we are saying. You drive on the express, and sometimes when you will see people in decent vehicles just wind down, and they threw out plastics. They threw out not just plastics, everything. They just roll down their glass and throw things out. You wonder what kind of understanding do we have? That is one side where people just pick. We had gone to the markets, we had gone to the streets, we had gone to various places to ask questions, and we discovered that the situation is the same almost everywhere. And people are just not conscious of the fact that this is not acceptable. Then the other part of it is that people, even in their homes, do not understand separation of wastes. A situation where you combine plastics with bottles, with all the other perishable kitchen consumables, waste. When you combine all those together, it's a mess. In many countries, people, it has become a law that you don't go to people's houses and then you mix their waste all mixed up. You must have recycle bin, and then you have the other bins.
As a household?
As a household.
Wow.
Every household. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. And that's what we are pushing for, that the Ministry of Environment, and then for Abuja Environmental Protection Agency, working with the Environment Secretariat of the FCT, will enact a law that says that every household must separate waste. That's the number one system of being able to pick up plastic waste as against just gathering all the waste together. If you go to a place like the waste dump in Idu, or some other ones in Nasarawa near the market, there's one big market in New Caro. I don't quite remember the name of that market.
International market.
Yes, one big international market. The waste, the dumping area that you have there, waste dump that you have there, is the combination of all kinds of waste. The trucks that come with the waste, they come with everything. It's not done anywhere in the world right now. It's not done. So what is required is that the truck that is carrying waste that are recycled waste, they are different from the one that will pick the other waste. The other waste are consumable, they are biodegradable, so it means that even if you pour them on the ground, after a while, it will decompose and it will just melt off. And that would even be like fertilizer for some other agricultural use. So number one thing is separating the waste. Number two is picking them separately, so that you are putting the plastics where they can be either recycled, or they can be reprocessed, or they can be reused. So you can have people actually picking plastics, because you have people that do all kinds of juices and stuff like that.
Picking them and
they used all those plastics we are talking about.
I hope they wash them well.
They do. I don't know how well they wash them, unfortunately. But people are buying them. People are taking them.
Because they don't
need to know where those plastics are coming from. But at least if we protect them, as a government, if we protect them by saying that these plastics cannot be mixed with your tomato waste and your pepper and your oil, you can't put them all together, put plastics here, put paper here, all the others put them here. It will make a lot of difference, because at least they will be good enough to be easily processed. And then the other part of it is that even after doing this separation, there are many opportunities. I just wish that young people would listen and apply themselves to what we are doing this year and what many other people are doing. I'm not claiming that it's only Digital Pairs International that is doing this. Oh no. Many people, and they have even done far beyond what we are. Ours is to shout, to make people know. Various estates, you have an estate, you have a rule in your estate that you must have recycle bin, you must have the other bin. So we are saying that there are other things that you can do. Somebody was showing us, you know, packaged drinks that you have. I wish that I brought some visuals. Packaged drinks that you have, the cover of the packaged drink, that you just cut it off, tie it to a nylon that you had before. You can put things in there, and it has become a container that you are going to be using. It's so simple, it's so easy, and there are many other things that people are coming up with. Furniture, like what we have here. I've seen that in physical, in the first round of this project that we had, young people using plastics to make chairs that you can sit comfortably in. For real. And here in Abuja, it's not outside Abuja, I'm talking about Abuja here. So they are available, and people are making them, making it easy, making it cheap, making it creative, making it decorative. Then We also have the tiles, the interlocking tiles that right now we are making out of cement and out of sand, water and the rest of it, that when you use plastics, because of the life of the plastic, that is the life of the road that you make with interlocking tiles that are plastics. We are crying out, we really need help. We desire that. There's a road that we are looking at, and we want that road to be made of plastic interlocking tiles. And let's see how long that road is going to be there. I can say that minimum of 100 years that road will be there.
Plastic?
Minimum, yes. With the kind of plastics and the compacting that will be done with the interlocking tiles that are made out of plastics. The roads are there. Even if it is not 100 years because of some other things that could wear and tear by the sides and stuff like that. But I can guarantee that 50 years, those tiles are there.
Wow.
50 years. 50 years. You don't need to do anything. So I really don't know why government is not going to rush into this and say what is required. Let's start it. Let's do it. Let there be a pilot and take Dr. Mrs. Ibuko Odushote for her work. Let's see, and let's see what happens. It's happening. I physically saw that happening in Kenya. I was in Nairobi, and some of my colleagues that are there, we all saw what they are doing with their roads. In their houses, they are using plastic instead of the concrete interlocking tiles.
And it lasts.
And it's so beautiful, and it's going to be there almost forever.
All right. Ma'am, you have mentioned a lot of opportunities are available in the separation of refuse. Just like you have mentioned. Okay, now tell us, what are the various opportunities? Why should I, as a youth, key into what you are doing? What do I stand to benefit? You have done so much in your 2025. What are your plans for this year? How can I key into what you are doing? And how do I stand to benefit from this?
Right now, we even have a project. Unfortunately, we already have 400 participants that are going to be on that project. But other people can learn, and you don't have to be on the project. You can be on your own, and you can participate. We are talking about picking up waste. There are locations all over town now where you can sell plastics. You can by yourself gather plastics, and then you can get in touch. If you get on digitalpairs.org on the internet, you can get addresses of where you can sell plastics. So there are some areas where people are giving their plastics, and they are giving their plastics for money for school fees, government school fees. So if you are able to go and pick plastics and gather them together, we have locations where you can drop your plastics, they weigh your plastics, and they are recording that for you. I'm even talking about children. This one is about young people, basically just children, just around you. We are not saying that they should cross the streets and start going for herbs to herbs. So just pick the things that are in your area of movement and stuff like that. You're going to school, there are plastics on the way, or you wake up in the morning, some of them are selling things in the market. Have a nylon bag that is by your side that you stuff your plastics into, and including the nylon bag and everything, you can sell it off and be saving for your school fees for those that cannot. Then for people that are a bit more matured, you can start businesses that are related to waste management. You will get information online from us. You will get information practically if you come close to find out what are the various options that you have. You can translate the plastics that you have into something else. You can use it for some other designs. And you can still use this as even bottles, for those that are bottles. For the ones that are real plastics, leather bags. Oh yes, there are machines, and we are coming up with some machines that will enable you to just put all those nylons into them. It will melt them, and it will be able to produce pellets that will be used by manufacturing organizations. So yours will just be to produce the raw materials for the manufacturing company. You put them in bags and they are sold. Some would also just be doing compacting. You know, when they are taking those plastics from Abuja to Giri to Gwagwalada, where those companies are that will take it from them, they are bulky. They are so big. Sometimes they fall off the truck. So if you have machines that will compact, so then it becomes small. It can be like a box that you can now stack and then you can pack. So many others. We just want people go online, listen to us, digitalpairs.org, www.digitalpairs.org, get onto our site, look for us, Digital Pairs, and then get information. And please tell other people about sorting waste and not throwing waste around, not taking your drink and throwing the bottles out of the car into the gutters. Please, let's keep our gutters clean. Let's keep all our roads clean. I wish we would be able to obey these simple rules because it will help us a lot.
All right. If, for example, we comply with what you have said, what should we expect on our nation, Nigeria, on our environment, and then the money that comes into our hands, streams of income? I love that.
The money is even one side, one part of it. What is more important to some of us is our health, is our life, is our breath. I want a situation that will ban use of nylon bags in markets. That's no nylon bag. When we were young, it's paper that was being used to pack, and the paper was waste paper that maybe they have used in some offices, and they are, instead of just throwing them out, they are putting, I know we don't use much paper anymore, but there's still paper. If there's no paper, buy bags and bring your bags to the shop before you come to buy anything. And then beyond that is the fact that you make money. And if people get to understand that they can make little money that will be adding and becomes a big thing for them, they probably will understand that it's an exciting time for anybody in any part of the world, because it's even a global business. So it's not just Nigeria, it's not Ghana, it's not London or wherever, it's global. So I welcome everybody into global plastic waste management business.
Okay, so if I venture into this globally, I will be I'll be seen on the global market.
Yes.
All right. Okay. An exciting time is here again for streams of income, and for those of us, I believe everyone is interested in making or creating streams of income. And here is an opportunity staring at us from Digital Pairs International. Now, according to my guest, he said, talk to people about waste management. This is an avenue to make a lot of money. Even in this year, pick up waste, gather plastics, even from your environment. Even as children, you can do this and make a lot of money from it. Sell plastics on Digital Pairs website. Start businesses relating to waste management. You can even translate the plastics into a lucrative business. Do compacting of plastic, and all of this will lead to creating more streams of income in 2026. And with that, we have come to the end of today's episode of your enlightenment program, The Economy and Inside Agriculture. The analyst has been the Chief Executive Officer of Digital Pairs International, Dr. Mrs. Ibukun Odusote. Dr. Mrs. Ibukun Odusata is also a retired Federal Permanent Secretary from the Federal Ministry of Environment, among others. Madam, we want to thank you so much for finding time to be on our program today.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here again.
All right. And to our esteemed audience out there, we sincerely thank you for spending part of your time with us on this interesting episode of your program. I am Ile Imeje saying join us again for another time on the program.